Hello and welcome to Monday Morning Messages from your Guardian Angel. I am your host, Ros Place, fresh back from my holiday and very excited to be with you talking about loving rebellion today. This feels controversial. We are in a spiritual community here, and I'm going to be introducing you to some things which have really been playing on my mind and into an area which isn't really talked about within our spiritual community, and that is rebellion, spiritual rebellion. I've had an amazing holiday. I just want to share with you the amazing holiday experience that I've had, and the reason that I wasn't with you for the last Monday morning message, I went away with my husband and my two boys, Emmanuel and Zed, and we stayed on a wonderful campsite, kind of quite high up, not exactly in the mountains, but high up near to Geneva, and we swam in lakes and we did water slides in the rain. I even did water slides in the rain. I did it. And we had an amazing time. We had loads of wonderful patisserie. We had no screens. And so we played Monopoly and we played a game called Dobble. Don't know if anyone's ever heard of Dobble. If you've got kids, it's a cracking game, Dobble. And we also played lots of card games. We had a wonderful time together, really, really great time together. And it was fantastic. So I just had a break last week just to be with my family. So it's September now at this time of recording, and the summer is coming to an end. And I think September happens and people start to think in terms of kids going back to school. It's the beginning of the academic year. Things start to happen again. People start to think in terms of getting back to normal. Normal. That's a good word, isn't it? Normal again. And the message that's coming through time and time again from the Guardian Angels is about individuality. It's about being yourself. I've talked to you about knowing who you are and knowing what you are. And your Guardian Angel is the energy of that. Your Guardian Angel right by your side now. Say hi. Hi Tristan. Say hi to your Guardian Angel right with you now as the energy of your life purpose. You came as a team. You came to be in this life experience together. Your Guardian Angel is energy. Your Guardian Angel said, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be radiating to you a memory of what you came here to achieve so that you can be fulfilled. I'm going to be doing that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for your whole life. And if you want to communicate with me, if you want to find out the detail of what it is you've come to achieve, then there are going to be opportunities for you to do that. And I offer you that opportunity. I talk to Guardian Angels every single day and I share with people their purpose. And your purpose helps you to know what you came to be, how you came to contribute positively to the growth of the universe, how you came to be successful, how you came to live a fulfilled and abundant life. It's an exciting opportunity to understand who you are through your Guardian Angel's energy. And one of the things that comes up, which I mentioned in the last Monday morning message, is that increasingly within those wonderful bands, which each Guardian Angel has, increasingly I'm seeing groups coming through of Guardian Angels and humans where self-definition is a specific focus for one of those bands. And self-definition is about defining yourself. It's about, rather than waiting to be told, or rather than feeling as though your life tells you, or your marriage tells you, or your kids tell you, or your career tells you, or your bank balance, or your weight tells you, or whatever it might be, or your age, or your career prospects telling you what you are and who you are. It's defining yourself. Actually wiping the slate clean and you defining who you are. And that is what Guardian Angels help you to do, to define yourself, understand yourself in a completely different way so that you can offer the most valuable, the most positive and the highest version of yourself in order that you can be successful and fulfilled. So something that's coming through time and time again with regards to individuality, with regards to being who you are, is a tremendously passionate energy. It's an energy of uniqueness. This is what I am. This is who I am, and I enjoy it and I offer it. And if it's something that feels good to you, hey, come and join in that energy. And if it's something that doesn't feel good to you, then that's cool. You go and offer your energy, and your energy will bring into your experience other energies which are attractive to, and chime in with that energy. And the message from the guardian angels today is about helping you to really feel the passion of what matters to you, to feel the passion of your purpose. Everybody who I ever meet wants to know what they've come to be and do. That is like the number one question in guardian angel readings. Tell me what my purpose is. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. People often think of it in terms of a job. It's much more than a job. Your purpose is much more than a job. It's much broader than a job. It's ultimately about being who you came here to be. And your guardian angel can tell you that. And through a guardian angel reading, you can discover that. And the guardian angel messages today is about helping you to become lovingly rebellious. So let me tell you a little story. Well, story, true story. Once there was a little girl, my granddad used to say this, once there was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid. It's really strong, isn't it? Never thought of it. It was just the other morning I was thinking about that, because I was really an intense kid. I think from early age, I always had a real kind of clear idea about the way that I wanted to do things. I was very strong-willed, very kind of in my ego. And I had this beautiful, wonderful connection with the angels. I saw the angels all the time. They taught me stuff. They communicated in such a straightforward way that it wasn't even anything that I talked about, because it was so normal. It was like commenting on the color of the sky, or you would do that, wouldn't you? Sometimes you say, oh, look at the blue of the sky. But it was just such a normal thing that I didn't talk about it. And then I got to 11, 12, and I didn't want that connection anymore, because when I went to my secondary school, which is what happens when you're 12, I was in a completely different environment, and I didn't want that connection with the angels. I wanted to fit in, I wanted to conform, and conforming, where in the group that I gravitated towards, the low self-esteem group of individuals that I gravitated towards, unfortunately or fortunately, there's no right or wrong really, meant that having this angelic connection was not something that was the done thing, because that was about providing you with guidance which was going to be positive, and guidance which would help you to make good choices. And I didn't want to make good choices. I didn't want to do positive stuff. I was on a path to self-destruction. I got in trouble from the first day of secondary school. I got suspended. I was having to report in throughout the whole of my school life for truancy, for not doing homework, for bad attitude, real kind of typical, just real bad, low self-esteem. I'm on a path to self-destruction. I did lots of things throughout my life which were destructive and ego-orientated. And I also was really passionate about stuff. I can remember growing up, we used to go to a youth club, and we used to kind of make stuff there. And I remember my friend Claudine and I, we made these shorts, like silkscreen shorts, and we were so passionate about equality and any kind of racial or sexual, any kind of gender prejudice. We were passionate about that. It was like we had a cause, and we were vocal about it, and the music that we listened to was about that, and we felt like we had passion. And then all of the trouble that I got into throughout school and throughout my kind of like teens and stuff, I began to associate with something very negative. Rebellion became really negative. Rebellion became something which was not good, something which was forceful and destructive and ego orientated. And rebellion in that situation, in a lot of ways, really was. But it was also something which was creative. It was also something which I felt things through. So I think that as I became older and I wanted to kind of fit in, I wanted to be successful, I wanted to be good, and my spirituality began to develop again, I found that looking at my life now, I've become, as a very spiritual person, really very conformist. really quite boring. Yeah, I do all these things which take me out of my comfort zone, but I'm just towing the line. I'm just being good, and I'm going through the motions, I'm conforming, I'm doing the things that I should do. And I've become frightened of feeling the passion that I associated with that negative passion of ego, which I had in my youth. And what I'm discovering is that this energy that came from my ego, which was forceful and which was pushing and which was trying to be right and was ego orientated, can actually be brought up into the heart center and can enable you and allow you to really express things that matter to you, that you're passionate about, that are individual, that are unique, that are who you really are. Not from ego, but from the passion of your heart. And it's not a passive feeling. Spirituality, we're kind of told, there are many examples of people who are spiritual, who are telling you that you need to behave in a certain way, telling you need to believe certain things, telling you that this is the way that it is. And I feel that as a spiritual community, as spiritual individuals, it's important for us to be open to new things. I was talking to someone when I was out in the States a month or so ago, and I was talking about a new course that I was going to write, and she was saying to me, what's going to be in this course? It was to do with like a lot of issues that people have around spiritual development and kind of past life issues and etheric chords and a lot of ego issues as well around fear. And I said, I don't know what's going to be in it because I haven't spoken to the angels about it yet. There's a lot of new energy coming through. And that can feel rebellious because it's not conforming to what we've been told. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. This is the information. Accept this information. This is what you must believe. This is the way that it is. Please question how you feel. Please question what feels good to you. Please listen to what matters to you. There are people in the world doing amazing things from their hearts because they care, because stuff matters. They're being brave. They're doing things which is making them feel alive. And it's not ego. It's passion. It's heart-centered. So just as a spiritual person, just check yourself. Just check yourself. Are you hiding behind spirituality, and are you being passive and conformist? Are you a spiritual person who just toes the line, doesn't make any waves, doesn't want to upset anybody, doesn't want to say no, doesn't want to have their own ideas, just wants to kind of blend in and fit in? And are you? I think there's definitely a part of me that is like that. And it's not something which is contributing positively to the growth of the universe. It's just a regurgitation. It's just churning things over. So as a spiritual person, think about what loving rebellion means to you. Think about what you really want to do, what really matters to you. It could be anything, anything at all. Do you like what you're doing at the moment in your life? Do you want to do things differently? Do you have a message? Do you have something that you would like to share or that you would like to offer? Spirituality can be so like, I've got to be this kind of person. I've got to be a really good person. I've got to be a really poor person. I've got to be a really, perfect person. It's about offering the highest, most positive and most valuable version of yourself. And that isn't an ego forceful energy, but it's an honest, authentic energy that comes from passion and heart-centeredness. And it's an advancing energy. It's a growth energy. And you are contributing positively to the growth of the universe when you connect with your guardian angel, when you understand who you are and what you've come to be, and that you can offer that highest, most valuable, most positive version of yourself to the world, so that you can be successful, so that you can be abundant, so that you can achieve things which are important to you, so that you can enjoy evolution and growth in your life in all areas. Cut through the old paradigms. Just look at everything again. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is no fact, there is no truth. There is what resonates and is right for you. And as you can tell, I'm passionate about it. And it matters to me. Individuality, you knowing what you are and who you are through connecting with your guardian angel and contributing positively to the growth of the universe and being fulfilled and living a successful, abundant, and positive life. How exciting is that? That is what you've come here to achieve. So, with that in mind, let us turn to the oracle cards. Loving rebellion. What does loving rebellion mean to you? I'm just going to take a sip of water. And let's look at the oracle cards. I'm going to be working with the Gateway oracle cards. I like these cards. They're good cards. I'm going to create some cards. Absolutely going to create some cards. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about lots of things, as always. I'm so excited to hear from you about this subject. It's quite controversial, it feels. You hear, like, the only other thing I've heard about this is, like, sometimes people will talk about being a spiritual ninja. That doesn't really resonate for me. Or like a spiritual gangster. That doesn't really resonate for me. Or like a spiritual hustler. That really doesn't resonate for me. I'm really not a fan of the word hustler. It's just, it feels, I don't know. Everyone has their own interpretation, but it feels without substance. It feels like a quick game thing. It's not where I'm at. This is about really listening to what matters to you. Loving rebellion is looking at feeling your passion, and that's what we're going to be talking to the oracle cards about today. So the first question, which I think is really important to ask your guardian angel, is how can I hear my heart, or how can I hear my passion over my ego? Because I think that's a concern. We're so concerned with not being ego that anything that feels strong, oh, it must be wrong. Oh, I feel that strong. No, I've got to feel something passive and weak. Otherwise, it's not spiritual. No, I do not agree. I'd love to hear if you agree. So how can I hear my heart? How can I hear my passion over my ego? Let's see what the oracle cards would like you to know. Let's see what your guardian angel would like you to know. I'd love to hear what your cards are. This is the message for all of us. How can I hear my heart over my ego? Wow. Stepping into stillness. My power is born in the majesty of silence. That's an interesting one, because ego is loud. Ego is shouty. Ego is do it quick, rush, now, do it this minute, hurry up. That's what ego is like. Ego can't wait. Ego is just, it's got to happen now, otherwise it won't happen at all, you know. And passion and heart energy is something that you still feel when you're just taking a moment. You feel consistently. Heart energy is something which you can really allow yourself to feel when you close your mind down. When you just take a moment to pause. My lovely friend Laurie, she used to talk about that. Laurie, if you're watching, if you're comment, she used to say, like, to just pause. There was this thing about just pausing before you're acting, before you're doing something. So this message is, how can I hear my passion over my ego? My power is born in the majesty of silence. So just take a moment. Just take a moment and feel. And once you've got real surety on that feeling, on what your passions are, on what's consistently there, on what's not shouting and screaming, but that what is there consistently, what you're feeling, then act. Okay, so that's the first card. How can I hear my heart, or how can I hear my passion over my ego? Fabulous card. And the second card, how can I become lovingly rebellious? How can I become lovingly rebellious? What's my first step? How can I become lovingly rebellious? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thank you for everyone tuning in live today. Really appreciate it. I can't comment yet, but I will be checking out all of your comments once this live stream goes up on my channel. Let's have a look. How can I become more lovingly rebellious? Let's have a look. How can I become more lovingly rebellious? Love it. I don't even want to say anything about this card. I love it so much. But obviously, knowing me, I will. Standing firm. How can I become lovingly rebellious? I am noble, brave, and strong. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you believe in. Listen to how you feel. Stand firm. Be clear on what it feels like. Enjoy it. It's look at the picture. It's just like, this feels good to me. I don't need anyone to be up there with me. I'm not trying to drag anyone up there with me. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. just there. This feels good to me. How can I become lovingly rebellious? Standing firm. Yeah. Lovingly rebellious is standing firm, being responsible, taking the time. What do you feel? What do you feel? Offer that. This comes up a lot, you know, things that you think, things that you feel that you might not be confident enough to share, that means that that other person, you can't have that conversation with that other person. Great card. Love that card. Okay. So they are the 2 questions for your guardian angel. I'm really excited to hear and read your comments about being lovingly rebellious. Be honest. Do you feel that looking around, actually, you're this spiritual person that's just started to toe the line and conform in another way? What matters to you? What are your passions? What do you care about? Write those in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. And your comments, I understand that you're writing a comment and you think no one's interested. You think Ros won't read this. I read everything. I read all of them. And maybe this isn't very exciting for other people. Be brave. Write it up there. It matters. It makes a difference. It encourages and it inspires other people to do the same thing too. I've loved being with you here this morning for this Monday morning message, which is about can rebellion be spiritual? If you'd like to get these Monday morning messages into your inbox, if you would like to go to my website, it's angelswithros.com. You can sign up for the newsletter there, and you'll also get an immediate 50% off of all of my Udemy courses. And by the way, 50% off means that you could be doing a course for like $15, and they're 5-star courses on the Udemy platform. I love you. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week. Have an amazing week of loving rebellion. Bye-bye for now.